1514 LT. It's entitled Meadow Lane versus Rita Henline. We went through this back in 2024. Miss Henline owns her own trailer. She was substantially behind in lot rent and somehow it was reconciled. Now we're in 2025 and we're in the same circumstance. Through August, the lot rent was $6,269.33 in arrears. We now have additional late fees and lot rent fees. What's the current arrearage?
The current amount, including sewer, water, late fees, lot rent, is service of process. All of those numbers total $9,024.70.
All right. Now, we can't just throw the spaghetti at the wall and see if it'll stick. We got to break it down. How much is lot rent?
$378.
The total amount, let's see, where did we start with lot rent? Then I'll just re-add them for the last few months. Where were we in June? Because I am happy as a clam to get that number correct. Let me find the complaint. Summons. Complaint.
$7,190.96. Sorry, that's not correct. $7,265.96.
What is that number?
7,000 in
And when?
June.
No, the complaint that we have is rent alone for June was $6,010.14 for rent, nothing else.
So I need to add August, July.
So 601. Let me mark this down because otherwise I'll foul it up. 14. And then how much is it a month?
$378.
And so we have July, August, and September times 378. That's 2. 4. 76. 3. 11. 34. 14. 4, 4, 1, 7. I have, Your Honor, for rent alone, $7,144.14.
All right. Then how much are utilities?
She has not charged utilities in May, June, July, or August. So no utilities.
No additional utilities.
$25 a month per month to month.
There was an arrearage on in June of $1,255.82. I think after that, right?
Correct.
But that's no utilities afterwards are being charged.
All right. And how much are the late fees?
$50 a month.
No, is that right? $50? Wow.
Actually, the $50 a month late fees was included in the $1,255.82. So
This shouldn't be this hard. This should
it
be
always
in advance.
this
Just give them a
form-
lump sum of how much they owe when they have a hard time determining what it is. Needs to be broken down into rent, utilities, and late fees. And one company was trying to charge $100 a month late fee, which I disallowed. I'm not gonna allow a $50 late fee on a lot. I'm not sure what's in the lease. Let's take a look. Anyway, let's see what's in the lease. Late charges, $50 per month. All right, so your contention is the amount due is $9,024.70.
Correct. That includes the filing fees, attorney's fees,
No,
all
gotta,
delays,
you
everything.
keep making my job harder than it has to be.
I
The court
would like
costs
to make
are-
it simpler.
Let's figure out court costs. 130 is the filing fee. The service fee is $39.44. And the attorney fee is $75. Equals $239.44. So let's add those three numbers up. 7144.14 plus 125582 plus 239.44 equals, that's not right, 7144.14 plus 125582 plus 239.44 equals, I don't get your number. I get 8,639.40.
My client says fine.
All
So
right.
no dispute on that number, Your Honor.
All right. Now, as a practical matter, Ms. Henline isn't going to be able to pay this. But anyway, Ms. Henline, what's your position?
Well, after many months, I finally got my Social Security check as of Saturday. And I applied back in December, and it just went on and on and on because I had filled out the wrong form, or I had filled out the wrong form for disability and didn't realize it. So I had to redo it, and I finally got my check. And my check amount for the month is $2,155. No change. And I'm willing to try to get this paid down, but I don't know if they'll agree to that.
All right, well, let's talk about that. They have 56 days from the day to ask for the writ of eviction and 56 more days before they serve it. That's 112 days that they could agree to try to work with you to get caught up with this rent. As we discussed, this gives them the right to the lot, not anything in your trailer. So I'm not even frankly sure whether they can do it this way. As I indicated, there's a substantial argument that the law doesn't allow for non-payment of rent for a mobile home lot. It has to be done pursuant to the just cause termination. But that doesn't give the tenant the right to redeem the property. So I've been allowing it to allow the defendant to try to pay to get caught up. Another judge wrote a very reasoned opinion in another county that said you can't do it at all. The question is still unresolved, needs to be resolved by a court rule, a statute, or a case. Maybe one of these cases will get appealed, but no one's going to appeal this because it's to the benefit of the defendant and the landlord. Mr. LeBray, I would ask if you would email me a judgment. I don't have one.
I would be delighted.
All right, it's
I'm
at
sorry.
stjoseph.county.mi.gov.
Would you give me that again, please?
All right, 3B civil at stjosephcountymi.gov. It's on the notice. It's on the front page of the notice of hearing. Anyway, it's very helpful to have judgment information regarding the money and the judgment, but we're limping along here. All right, Ms. Henline. Maybe they will agree to work with you to try to get caught up on this arrearage. But they don't have to. By the letter of the law, they can move your trailer within 10 days. Under the other statute, you would have 90 days to move or sell the mobile home. This one just gives them the right to the lot. And as a practical matter, this mobile home probably can't be moved. So it's in everybody's interest to try to work out some sort of repayment. But they don't have to. They have 56 days from the day to ask for the writ of eviction and 56 days to serve it. So let's go through those numbers again. Rent through September is $7,144.14. Late fees and utilities are $1,255.82. And the court costs are $239.44. Let me add that up again. 7144.14 plus 125582 plus 239.44 is $8,639.40. That's the total. It's due within 10 days from today, which is September 18th. Gives them the right to the lot. Now, all utilities back on? Ms. Henline?
No. I have to, no, I have to pay the gas and I don't have water, so.
You can't do that. The city's gonna come in and condemn your trailer. You can't live there with no gas, no electricity, and no water.
Oh, I have
You have
electricity.
Oh, all right. And you can't live there with no water.
Right.
What do you need to do to get water?
Pay the bill, I imagine. But
Yes,
it's all
you-
wrapped up now in the lot rent. So you have to pay online.
Well,
And
you're gonna need to resolve that. Because if you don't have water within 10 days, I suggest they proceed with removing your trailer. The city's gonna condemn this. You
well,
can't live.
they actually,
Go ahead.
apparently they own the water meters or whatever, and they charge us a flat rate of like, I don't know, $112, and then they add the amount you've used. So it's really costs a lot to have water because they've charged us so much more than water and sewer. They charge an extra $100 and some, which I don't have in front of me right now.
Three Rivers
To,
Three Rivers water is very expensive. So there's $112 fee from the park before the city
yeah,
water.
something like that. Mm-hmm.
62.
Have you got a private company managing your water system?
Yes, we did. We
Stop,
had
stop,
it was
stop.
called the. Yes, we did.
All right. What was which company is that?
It was called Utilities
Oh,
Company.
oh boy. I've had a spate of recent problem.
It was the third.
Yes, it's a third party, but it's $112 a month Holy smokes, Three River City water is expensive enough. You own your own trailer. Between late fees, lot rent and utilities, your rent is still pretty significant. I didn't realize they were charging $112 a month on top of the city utility.
Yeah.
fees.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
Wait.
the other,
Yeah, so
Your Honor, if it please the court, our ledgers show an amount of $84.62 per month for the water, not this 112 number figure.
right,
no,
84.60.
they charged it
Stop.
twice a month. They charged it.
I'm not feeling worried.
Well, all this inures to the disadvantage of, instead of the city coming and reading in every meter on every trailer, they just send water directly to the park. Then the park pays a private company to monitor the water usage. At least you guys have city sewer. Many of our parks, the rural parks, don't have septic service. I've been struggling with two of them right now where the septic is in bad shape. Ms. Henline, have you ever considered just trying to get an apartment somewhere?
No. You know, I've lived here more than half of my life and I've had
Yes.
trouble. And right now, my doctor, I can't even go anywhere without a wheelchair or my oxygen. And I just have everything I ever had, you know, here. And it's not laying around, it's put away, but I've had trouble without having any money to get anyone to help me clean
Yes, so you
my
haven't,
yard
this goes
where
with
it
our
needs
whole
to be
daily theme
better.
there of people struggling, no money, you have your $9,000 behind in lot rent and utilities. You were 8,000 last year. You finally got your social security. Maybe you can start paying on it. The park really doesn't want to move your mobile home, A, because there isn't anywhere to move it to, and B, it's very expensive to move it. But under the law, they could come and have a moving company hook up to the front end of your trailer and pull it out of there.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Well,
I
the
think they'd
wheels
like to
might
pull
come
me
with
out of
that.
here.
Yeah, but that's what they've asked for. The other one, if they'd done it, would be a just cause termination, where you would have 10 days to vacate and 90 days to move or sell the mobile home. But they didn't do it that way. They did it this way. And then if you don't move it, they can move it. But so those are the numbers that I gave you. You're going to need to work with management to try to see if you can resolve this. But I didn't realize that at Meadow Lane, there was an additional monthly water fee. Our other premises, the apartments and housing rentals, the Three Rivers water is expensive. All right. Lois, the manager, is here and she's on top of this. She's regional manager. I'm not sure if they've got an on-site manager now, but it's in everybody's interest to try to resolve this. All right, well, let's do our next one.
This. And this. And this. And this.
Hopefully something, maybe she can get caught up with, and maybe she got a lump sum payment, which gave her some additional money. The next one is Meadow Lane versus Rita. Oh, that was Rita Henline. It's mixed up. All right, let's do our next one. Meadow Lane versus Johnson. And this is file number 251513LT. In this case, we learned again, there were substantial arrearages. Defendant was not present and has actually moved out 3 months ago and expected a default. What's the status here?
No change from when we were here before, Your Honor. By my knowledge, nobody has heard from them. We don't have a forwarding address, and simply another month of unpaid rent has rolled through.
All right, well, let's add that up. So lot rent here is $373 plus something.
We had the total rent due in June of 45, 47, 47.
All right, well, now we're in September.
Yep, so we've got 3 months thereafter.
Well, last month we determined through August that the rent was $5,690.21 plus water and sewer, which brought us to $6,642 plus costs brought us to $6,717. So we need to add $33.73.
No water or sewer extra since they abandoned.
5690 plus 373 equals $6,063.21. All right, then 6642. This is like a treasure hunt every time. 6642.35 minus 5690. We had sewer and water at 952.14. And we had the court costs. I don't have the face sheet on this. I had Rita Henline printed on it twice. So I don't know how much the utilities, I guess I can figure that out. 6717.65 minus 6642. That's not right. Yeah, I don't, how much was the service fee?
That's exactly what I was looking for.
Well, I usually have it on the face sheet and I can easily calculate it, but they printed Rita Henline's face sheet on here by mistake. So I had to read a Henline twice. I didn't have Johnson.
It's Jeff for Johnson. Not necessarily. Filing fees, yeah, it'd be different depending on the amount. So I am looking. This was done by attachments. They even send it to me. I don't see where they sent me the proof of service on this thing.
It was served by attachment by Sergeant Morse, 3944. $75 statutory attorney fee. Let's see if I can figure out the filing fee. It's
I
usually
have a
on
court
this.
receipt for that, and I've got $130 here.
All right, that sounds right. All right, so we got 130 plus 3944 plus 75 equals 244.44. All right, so we've got rent of $6,063.21 through September.
I'm sorry,
We got-
6,000.
6321. Utilities are $952.14. And court costs are $244.44. Set that up. $7,259.86. That took us almost 40 minutes. It should have taken about 12. We made it a lot harder than it had to be. Anyway, this gives you the right to possession of the lot on or after 10 days from today. So rent is $6,063.21. Utilities are $952.14. Court costs are $244.44. And
I'm sorry, I thought you had said a couple of minutes ago it was 63.21 for rent. What was the other number you just gave, Your Honor?
$6,063.21 for rent. Utilities are $952.14.
Got it. 63, what did he say?
Court costs are $244.44. For a total of $7,259. I found that.
Oh, you did?
Oh, it's actually, there's also another 26. Oh, hell. What I got is I got two Rita Henlines. I had Rita Henline on Travis Johnson. I got it twice, so I didn't have one for Travis Johnson. But there's also Ashley Johnson, who's another occupant, and lo and behold, there was another $26 to serve her. So our court costs are $244.44 plus, boy, this is a lot harder. It had to be $26. Run out of ink. 244.44 plus 26 for service of the other party is $270.44. So costs are $270.44. So let's try that again. 6,063.21 in rent through September. $952.14 in utilities and $270.44
No, but
I think I got
in
it.
costs equals
not almost.
$7,285.79. And this gives you possession of the lot within 10 days.
Ya cuando nos toque.
So you're gonna have to get somebody to move it. And I don't know where you move it to or what you do with it, but the way this was filed, it's a non-payment of rent on the lot. So I'll give you the relief you request by default.
No puedo quitarla porque porque ya nos toque.
We'll hope for the best. So same thing, Mr. LeBray, if you would email me a judgment.
I will do so, Your Honor. It
All
may,
right.
I've got to be in Ann Arbor for some medical stuff, so it'll be a couple of days before I can get those mailed to you. Just so that you know there'll be a slight delay.
That's fine. We'll wait for them.
I appreciate
All
it.
right.
Thank you.
All right, we managed to struggle our way through it. Let's see what happens. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's talk about that. Judge Middleton's small claims courtroom turned into a marathon math session in Meadow Lane v. Henline and Meadow Lane v. Johnson, and the frustration was almost as interesting as the numbers any case was deja vu. She owns her trailer, but was once again thousands behind on lot rent, this time about $8,006 after breaking it down into rent, utilities, and court costs. The landlord's lawyer started with a $9,000 figure, but Middleton made them show their work line by line. He wasn't buying spaghetti at the wall accounting, and after some calculator gymnastics, they settled on the lower total. Henline explained she'd finally secured Social Security benefits after months of paperwork mistakes, bringing in about $2,155 a month, and she hoped to chip away at the arrears. The judge noted the practical problem. Legally, the park could move her trailer in 10 days, but realistically, no one wants to pay to move an older mobile home. He urged both sides to work something out, though he reminded Henline bluntly she couldn't keep living without water. The city's going to condemn this. His parting advice was clear. Pay something now, or risk losing the lot altogether. Then came the Johnson case, and if Henline's numbers were messy, this one was chaos. The tenants had already moved out months ago, leaving unpaid rent rolling forward. Middleton worked through ledger errors, missing face sheets, and even a mistaken attachment of Henline's paperwork to this file. At one point, he quipped, "This is like a treasure hunt every time. It should have taken 12 minutes. We made it 40. After recalculating with extra service fees for multiple occupants, he landed on a judgment of $7,285.79, again giving the park possession of the lot within 10 days. The overall atmosphere was weary but laced with Middleton's dry humor. He kept scolding the landlord's attorney for making his job harder with sloppy paperwork, while also pressing tenants on the reality that rent and utilities still had to be paid. It was a reminder that small claims often isn't about grand legal arguments, but about grinding through receipts, ledgers, and a lot of patience. Time to break this one down. Judge Middleton cut through confusion with persistence and humor, making sure landlords didn't pad the bill and tenants faced the hard truth that arrears don't vanish. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one,